If you want to grab our men's lifestyle supplement and male advantage ebook, all links are in the bio. So let me put this into a wild perspective for you, okay? I'll bring up on screen now the penthouse that I want. It's in London. I've wanted it for a long while. It's kind of on my hit list, on my wish list, if you would. Long term, I believe I'll be in that property. It might be one of many. That's kind of the aim. When I set goals, I don't really just want them. I want to smash through them and go 10 times beyond. Just one house that I want, okay? Just put this into context, okay? This house is valued at 8 million. Okay guys, welcome back to another video. This video is going to be just a quick short lesson for you by way of financial context, okay? Something that, something that if you thought about on your own, you could figure out on your own, but people don't really have time to think about these things, or they don't have the experience, okay? I always used to teach you guys about the different exposures. Like everyone needs a wealth exposure to see what really is possible in life. Everyone needs like a work rate exposure, a quality exposure, things like this. I used to go through, there was like 4 exposures. There's a video on the channel, you can go and have a look, okay? But it's like 4 different exposures of, so that you know what's possible in life, okay? I think it was an investing exposure as well, like seeing somebody earn $1 million and put 900,000 back into the business, like, oh my God, I've never seen anybody with that level of commitment. You have to kind of see these things. Like my old mentor showed me wealth exposure and quality exposure. Oh, people are living like this. He just spent 12 grand in a day. That kind of money's possible. Okay, now I know. He just improved my website by 10x, it looks 10 times better. Thanks for that. And he did it in 24 hours. I need to up my game. I need to get on that level. It's little things like that. Now, the one I want to teach you about today is financial context. So let me put this into a wild perspective for you, okay? I'll bring up on screen now the penthouse that I want. It's in London. I've wanted it for a long while. It's kind of on my hit list, on my wish list, if you would. Long term, I believe I'll be in that property. It might be one of many. That's kind of the aim. When I set goals, I don't really just want them. I want to smash through them and go 10 times beyond. Just one house that I want, okay? Just put this into context, okay? This house is valued at 8 million. It's a penthouse. It's in the heart of London, 8 million. Now, if you were to divide that 8 million over 10 years, so let's say I got that property at 38 years old, okay? Not a bad time to get it. Not a bad life, 38 years old up there. I'd want it preferably earlier, but let's say 10 years. I would have to earn 800,000 per year to get it. Really? Well, no, not really, because you've got tax as well. You've got bills, you've got other things. So it's probably closer to 1.6 million post-tax and post all the bills and whatever. Even if you live frugally, okay, like there's still 1.6 million post-tax. So you're going to have to earn 1.6 million per year for 10 years. Not easy. I think everybody's going to admit to that. Now, how much is that per month? Well, it's 123,000 per month, okay? But then you've got to think, that would just be the house on its own and nothing else left. So would that be a smart business idea to earn 8 million over 10 years and go, house, bang, and then have nothing left? If you're earning 123,000 per month, you could probably get away with it. But like I said, it's not a smart decision to just throw all your money into one asset and then be like, shit, what else am I going to do? So it probably makes more sense to earn like 250,000 per month, okay? And if I want it earlier in life, probably closer to 500,000 per month, 500,000. Now just think about that, guys, okay? Well, if I wanted to earn probably like 400,000. But just put that into perspective, okay? Minimum 250,000 per month. Minimum. Just to get this house in 10 years' time. And that's just one thing. It's just a house with, double the money in reserve. So that house plus 8 mil in the bank, which would be a very smart situation to be in. But in order to get that unbelievable house that I've got my eyes on, that I think I can get one day, 250,000 per month. Okay, so most people on this planet would be happy with 250,000 per year. Like they'd be over the moon. For them, that's super rich. They'd be, richest guy I know earns 200. Like it's that sort of numbers. I would have to be earning 250,000 per month over 10 years to get that property and then have the same amount of money in reserve. And that property price is probably going to go up in 10 years. This is the kind of money that we're talking about, okay, guys? And I don't think a lot of people understand financial context. You know, I'll do it in very simple terms, okay? Okay, so if you earn 10,000 per year for 10 years, that comes to post-tax about 780,000 that you've got left. And that's if you've lived frugally and not spent it on random shit, okay? So you've got 780,000 saved up over 10 years after earning 10 grand per month, okay? Well, the average London house price is 600,000. It's about 600,000 right now. And then you've got, you know, the average decent car, if you want to get something decent, like 50k if you're going to buy it brand new. Okay, if you want it, you know, if you're earning that kind of money and you want like a baller car, 50k. So you've only got like 130,000 left. And that's 10 years of working your balls off for 10 grand per month, which I think everybody watching this will agree 10 grand per month is great money. You know, anybody who's earning that would be like, God damn, I'm insanely rich. I'm really wealthy. I'll never have to worry again. 10 grand per month over 10 years is after tax and everything else included. It's probably going to be less. Okay, but let's say you've lived frugally for 10 years, you've done what you're supposed to, 780,000. Now people say, oh yeah, but I can get a mortgage, I don't have to put all the money down. It's not a smart idea because it's increasing your bills. Now, if you're earning 10 grand a month, yeah, you can balance it out. But if you wanted to buy that house outright, which eventually you will anyway, so you might as well just buy it, right? 600,000 for the house, 50 grand for the car, 130 grand left in the bank. Sounds like a great life. But that, in order to get that life, that's 10 grand a month for 10 years. So any guys that are like, oh, at 30, I'm going to be at the top. I'm going to be, 30, you know, they're 20 years old now. And they're like, in 10 years time, I'm going to be 30 years old. I'm going to have, you know, my own house paid for, bought outright in London with a nice Porsche Panamera, let's say a Range Rover. That's like 50k cars, right? Oh, my life's going to be amazing. I'm going to be earning like 10 grand per month. Like, guys, it's like, that's how much you're going to have to get to. It's like 10,000 per month. Like, you're going to have to appreciate that, okay? Like, you're probably going to have to earn closer to 20,000 to make it a really comfortable journey, but it's probably, you know, 10,000 will get you there. How many guys right now believe that they can reach 10,000 per month? Like, how many guys out there right now are even close to that financially? How many guys are actually building a life or putting things in place that will get them to 10 grand per month, where they will have enough in 10 years to buy that house outright and to get a really nice car? You know, how many are actually at that level where they're going to, or they are earning 10 grand per month? And that's UK, okay? So American, there's probably more like 14,000 per month. Canadian is closer to like 18,000 per month. You got to put it into context, guys. That's why you got to really break these things down. You got to write down what you want in life. Then you've got to divide it down. You've got to, you know, include stuff like tax, the upper tax bracket, the bills that you're going to be paying up to that point. You know, what you're going to require in order to afford these things, but then to also have the same amount of money in reserve, because you can't buy it twice, don't buy it, is my kind of rule. So then you've got, like I said, the £8 million house with 8 mil in the bank. You can get the car and whatever, and, you know, it can all compensate. How you divide that down, and then you can work out how much you're going to have to earn per week, per month, whatever. It blows your mind. Like, even the average guy on the street who just wants a nice house and a nice car. You know, most guys would see that as like a decent level of success. Owning their own house in, let's say, North London for like 600,000, and a house and a 50k car and a beautiful girlfriend or wife or whatever you want to do with your life. If it's wife and whatever and kids, the bills are going to rack up again. So that 130k that you've got in reserve, that's going to be gone straight away. So when you put things into context, like the things that you actually want in life, you've got to really have some financial context and realize that the average person alive today, I mean, I'm talking 99% of people alive today will never earn enough money to the life that they want. You have to think about that, guys, okay? It's very important. Probably something like 95% of people will never get close to earning enough money to have the life that they want. Now, yeah, we can make that 20 years time. Okay, we can make that 30 years time. And eventually, the average person does end up getting the house that they want, the car that they want. You know, it's 30 years of being in the same job and earning all that money. Eventually, yeah, with a mortgage, whatever, you can get these things, you can acquire them. But if you really want to take advantage of the male advantage, if you really want to be at a level in life where you are 35-year-old, in shape, handsome, multimillionaire, and you bring it all together, like I said, you've got to have some financial context, okay? You've got to put that into perspective and think to yourself, wow, the house that I really, really like is 600,000, you know, and I'm currently 25 years old. It's like you want to be a multimillionaire, 35 years old, in shape, whatever, all that stuff that I mentioned. Well, you've got 10 years to put 800K in the bank. Well, 1.6. You've got 10 years to earn 1.6 million. Guys, that's not easy. Okay, it's just like I don't know, like 160,000 per year is what you're going to have to bring in to get to that level. You're currently 25 years old. Are you earning 160,000 per year? Hands up. Do you see where I'm coming from, guys? Like, it's not, that's why things like mortgages and whatever are in place to help people get that. But you've got to have some financial context, right? And I'm not saying this video I'm not explaining this to you to kind of get your spirits down and go, fuck yeah, he's right, I'll never reach it, I've got to be realistic. No, I'm saying go the other way. Like, you've got to start dreaming bigger. Like, if you're working in a 9-to-5 job and you're going, oh, I want to be rich one day, here's the house I want, the car I want, the woman I want, whatever. And then you add up the cost of all that fucking shit, including the woman, and you go, wow, like, there's millions, then divide it down. Okay, I have to earn 40 grand per month to get that life that I've desired, to be traveling around the world. All the things that I want to do, I've priced them all up. Okay, it's 40,000 per month. And then after tax, it's probably more like 80. Okay, so I'm going to have to earn like 80,000 per month. Or let's just say it was 20 and then 40, okay, to keep it slightly more realistic. But you're going to have to earn like 40 grand per month. If you're sat in a 9-to-5 job that currently pays you 3 grand, 4 grand per month, like, what are you doing? Like, I'm not saying what you're doing in that job, like, it's necessary right now, but what are you doing to get to the 40? Like, if you really want that life, like, I think it was Brian Tracy always used to say the easiest way to get rich is to actually try to get rich. And people used to go, this guy's full of shit, he's too macro, he doesn't know what he's talking about. The older I get, the more I realize most people never even try. Most people never even try. Like, what are you doing right now that is going to actually put that number that I just mentioned, that 40K, in your bank account every single month? Like, what are you doing right now? Have you got a plan? Have you got a strategy? Have you got multiple streams of income coming in? Have you made 7 or 8 smart investments that are going to make you like 12 million? And then when you cash them in, you can buy properties, rent them out, plus your current, income from your current job, plus you've invested in this project and it's gone up here. Like, are you doing that? Because if you're not doing that, then the dreams that you have, you might have to scale them down because you might not be at that level. Like, the reason I want to create a men's streaming platform, a supplement company, men's clothing, men's skincare, and everything else that's coming with this brand, but especially all of those, especially the streaming platform, is because the streaming platform is a $250,000, if not $500,000 per month type of business. Okay, with all the other businesses added up, they might be like 100, 200K. So like, I can get to like a 500,000. I can get to like, the stream platform might hit 1 million. All I'd need is like 300 and, well, I was going to do it at like a $5 now because I think we're going to put live sports on there and stuff, and I think the value is going to be fantastic. I thought about £3 before, it would be £5 per month. I think that's very reasonable. But you divide that down and you think, okay, there's 200,000 men signed up to a streaming platform. In 5 years' time, that's probably wildly possible. Like, on YouTube, I'm probably going to have like, I'd be shocked if I didn't have like 250,000 subscribers in like 2 years' time. So I think getting 200,000 men signed up to a streaming platform is going to be possible. Well, that'll be like £1 million per month. Now, obviously, you've got outlays, you've got to, spend on different things and whatever. You might not be keeping all of that. But when you divide it down, I might be able to actually put like 200, 250K in my bank account every single month. Okay, now that house is plausible. Now all the plans that I had are plausible. But without the streaming platform in place, without the ideas of the businesses in place and where I'm headed in the kind of long-term plan to get there, when I'm like 36, which is when I believe men peak, which is kind of when I want to culminate everything together, without that plan, it's not going to work, okay? Without having that financial context, how on earth am I ever going to get there, guys? And that's how so many men are living. So many men are like, I have these giant plans. I want this house. I want this car. I want this 20 fucking grand motorbike. They're just like naming all this shit that they want. And you go, how much do you earn? Oh, this right now. But, eventually I'm going to save up. And you go, how are you going to say it's going to take you 280 years to save up for those things that you just mentioned? Oh yeah, shit, didn't think of that. Okay, so what's your new plan? Like, how do you 10x your income? So that only takes 28 years. Okay, how do you 20x, 30x your income? Like, because that's what you have to do, guys. And I want all of you tonight to like If you have like a law of attraction board or a bunch of goals that you want to achieve, an investment you want to make, a business that you want to start or whatever, like write down all the costs, the shit you want to buy, your perfect life. You want to travel the world and have 5 homes in different continents and whatever. Well, write it all down. Find your perfect house. See how much it's valued at. Compensate for inflation or whatever. Like add an extra 100k onto all your goals, 200k onto all your goals, and then divide it all down and write down like the monthly figure that you're gonna have to earn over the next like 10 years, whatever. Now, granted, you might earn more money, it might become exponential, but I'm just saying, like, quantify it, put it into an actual figure, work out how much it's gonna cost, because without financial context, you don't really know where you're going, because money is fuel, and without that money, you're never getting what you want to get. Okay, that's how important money is. So without that financial context, just pissing in the wind. Let's be honest, guys, just pissing in the wind. Like a guy who's earning £8 a month who thinks he's fucking great and rich, but wants a £10 million penthouse and says, I'll get it one day, but isn't aiming to earn any more than 8 and is kind of blasé in life, just going out with girls, going on dates, not really focused in, well, he's never going to get that house. Because he's going to have to earn like 25, 30 mil to be able to get the 10 mil house. You know, and he's not going to get that on £8 a month. Like £8 a month is pocket change if you're talking about those sort of numbers. And that's why financial context is so important. That's why I want you all to write down that number tonight and then work towards that number. Like, have you thought about what you want and the number that correlates to that and how you're going to get there? Because if you haven't, like I said, you're just pissing in the wind. Like, where's it going to get from there? It's just going to go nowhere, okay? If you want to grab our men's lifestyle supplement and male advantage ebook, all links are in the bio.